Hi guys, it's Winnie again, and today I will be showing you a non-native fruit island. So on my island I have oranges, and on my first day I was given pears, so that was great, but then I didn't really have anything else. The one thing that I'm really missing at the moment is peaches. I've planted one peach tree because my friend gave me one and I can't remember where on earth I planted it. So I'm starting to grow an orchid which is very nicely lined up and in line, and it's mostly apples and pears at the moment because I've been to a non-native island before, which is, again, like I said in my last video, this whole thing going around of, oh, you can only visit an island once or they'd run out of islands. So it's just, you'd be visiting different variations of it. This layout of the island is pretty standard of what I get when I travel, but normally it's just got oranges on it. I find these islands really, really boring, unless it's raining on my island, which it often is. So then I will just go somewhere else and collect either wood or some more oranges. But here you've just got a swarm of apples, which is great because non-native fruit sells for 500, I want to say, and coconut sell for 250. So with islands like this you can get pretty much about 60 non-native fruits, which equates to about 30,000 bells, which isn't terrible from one visit to an island that genuinely has nothing else going for it. I tend to have bugs that are just exactly the same as my island. As you can see, I forgot to bring my ladder, so I can't get to the upper levels, which is quite frustrating, but then again I'm only missing out on a few extra fruit and some fish that might be at the top of the cliff face. I do have a lot of apple trees at home already and they should be sprouting tomorrow, so I'll be able to harvest those, which is really great, or I'm going to replant some of them just so that I can maximise my yield from my fruit. I want to have as many trees as I possibly can on my island, also probably varying at different fruition rates, so that I will have a constant flow of steady income from these fruit trees. I do enjoy being an active villager, as I am always fishing, I'm always gathering shells and fruit, but fruit is more for me of a passive income. So it's just once a day, sweep around the orchid, keep all my trees in one space, so that I can then just go through and grab them every few days. Obviously I've only just started playing, so it'll be about getting everything to fall into a cycle. So waiting for them all to grow and then harvesting them all on the same day. Or varying, depending on, I haven't quite decided yet, as I have all of them in kind of one area. But yeah, that's for another video, I'll show you that. Other than on the native islands, other than the fruit, there doesn't tend to be anything else that's really interesting going on. As you can see, the fish that I've been catching are pretty bog standard. There's nothing really that interesting about them. I haven't really caught any bugs that are that interesting. The rocks are just normal iron and clay and stone. As always, when going to another island, make sure you shake down the trees, because you always get some really cool furniture. I know I've got some really cool pieces from it now. I always forget to not neglect the small fish, because often they are sea butterflies, and sea butterflies fetch 1,000 bells, which was something I very much underestimated. They're also really weird when they do that with their little heads. It's quite cute. I know a lot of us are falling into the habit of the respawning of the fish, so instead of catching them, you run past them. Don't do this with the small ones. Oh, like I just did there by accident, that wasn't meant to happen. If you didn't know that on a non-native island, fish spawn a lot faster. So just by running away for a bit and then coming back, you will probably have another fish. And it's a stone, and that's not what I wanted. I love these fish. They do sell for quite a bit. You can put it away now, Leah. Oh, no, you can't. So I'd always swap it out for something that's a bit that you don't get as much for. Or just let it go. So besides the 30,000 or so that you can make from the fruit, make sure you do just have a fish around. As you can see here, I have got some pretty boring fish, but I've also got some pretty good ones. So let me know what fruits you've got on your island and what islands you've been to where there's different fruit, and please like and subscribe.